Hello, I'm Dr. Chad Hawk, and I have with me Dr. Steph. Steph, how are you
I'm doing
today?
fantastic. I'm excited to talk with you today.
So, we are going to be talking about what it means to learn practice essentials as a student under the idea of student simplicity. And Steph, you are how far or how long have you been a chiropractor now?
I've been a chiropractor for a little over a year, so just fresh still out of school.
Yeah, and you're an associate.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, what have you learned during this year? Because in school, we think we learn a lot, but we really, we get a lot of information, but not much is really practical to the real world. What have you learned during this past year working under Dr. Barton, and then more about yourself?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've learned in the year and that I've really focused on is learning about myself because I thought I knew what I knew, and you get out in practice and you know nothing. Not to be mean, but you don't know how to communicate with people. You don't know who you are so that you can communicate with people. And it really makes a big difference understanding who you are and why do you do what you do.
Okay. Have you had any seminal moments that have been transformative for you during your first year?
Yeah, I think, well, coming in to the associateship, I did a interview questions as I was a student when I precept with Dr. Barton. And actually, we just went over them at my year one. And it was really fun to see what I thought I wanted versus what I got out of this situation that I'm in. And it was unbelievable. Putting it out on paper first and saying, okay, this is what I want to get out of this experience. And now looking back and seeing that I've gotten so much more from it. But yet there's still things that I look back at that person, I'm like, man, she had just had no idea. She had no idea. And a big thing for me was even doing day ones in our office and how I tried to make it like school and just blah, 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 and throw out all my knowledge because that's what made me comfortable. When really getting to know them as a person and what they want out of care is more important in the end than giving them all my knowledge. Because I have that knowledge and I can give it to them on a daily basis or whenever they come into the office, but I don't need to just blurt it out and puke it all over them on day one.
Yeah, you're not trying to regurgitate information, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was my comfort zone because that's all I knew.
You knew a lot of brain knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Yes.
started coming from your heart.
Yes.
Okay. So if you were to give an encouraging word to a student, who's interested in doing simplicity, number one, what would you tell them about the program? And number two, if there's any other words that you could give them to encourage them or put them in the right direction, what would those be?
I think, especially out of simplicity, is knowing who you are is a big thing. And I know we talked about doing the Enneagram and going through all of that. That really changed my life. That and my core values, it made the decisions that I had in my life, not just chiropractic, but in my relationships at home, my relationships with family, my relationships with friends. And if I didn't want to do something, I could honestly say it from my heart and just say, no, I don't want to do this because of this. But I think also if you could get simplicity before leaving school, it makes the decision of, do I want to be an associate or do I want to start my own business, or like, what do I do? Because I know those are a lot of questions that students have. It will make that decision a lot easier. And if you're searching for an associate, you know what you want. So you can literally just put it on the table and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. If you can't provide that for me, then I'm going to go look somewhere else. Because I think associates get bad raps. And when I was looking for an associateship, you hear all of the bad stories. And I don't think they would be bad if both parties knew what they wanted or knew who they were and what they wanted. And I think that's the stepping stone of simplicity. Whether you become an associate, great, that's awesome. Or if you decide to open your own, you know what you want, and it makes it so much easier for both parties or for yourself.
Okay. And what do you think the number one misconception is that students have, let's say a year before they graduate up to graduation?
That you have to do it on your own. I think that's a huge thing. There's so many people out there willing to help you and help you find your potential, and you're not alone. And I think Simplicity is a huge family. I mean, we have calls together, we talk on Facebook, we talk over the phone, we support each other. I think it just makes you feel not alone.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. And you are an all-star because you know who you are. And to me, an all-star is somebody who doesn't necessarily have to be first, foremost out, in the front center of everything. But the all-star is the person who is secure in who they are and they're growing and becoming a better person. To me, that makes you're real.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. Not only are you real, but you're intelligent. You have your stuff together. You're a great chiropractor. You're an amazing adjuster. You've got this package that we want everybody to have.
Right. And I thank you, Simplicity, for allowing me to express who that person is, because I don't think I could without it.
Great. Well, we appreciate your time, Dr. Steph, and you have an amazing day serving the people in Fargo, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
No snow yet.
No snow yet. We have snow in the mountains here.
Nice.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.